New event, a visitation of Vexing vampires. Thank you for gathering. As you have likely surmised, I have an important announcement to make. Till further notice, students are prohibited from visiting Hogsmeade and its surrounding areas. We are not allowed to go to Hogsmeade. I get the feeling that there's something strange going in town. I hope there's not another boggart loose in Hogsmeade that people are mistaken for the Dark Lord. Caught leaving school grounds will face detention with Mr. Flinch. Now we do still intend to hold the annual Halloween's feast, so please enjoy the holiday. Rubbish. Professor Dumbledore is treating these rumors like something we need to fear. What rumors? Don't drag it out, just tell me what you know already. Alright, listen up and listen carefully. A vampire in Hogsmeade? Keep it down, you don't need to tell the entire Great Hall about this. Never mind that. Why is a vampire in Hogsmeade causing such a fuss? Well, this is no ordinary vampire. It's been causing all sorts of strange things to happen. Not yet, but who cares? This is my chance to meet a fearsome vampire. What do you think of vampires? Think they are fascinating. There's so much we don't know, and you rarely ever see one. For once we agree on something, I'm not sure how I feel about that. How interested in vampires you are. Esmeralda and I have an entire scrapbook dedicated to the subject. Right now it's mostly Esmeralda's doodles of Locon Dieth. I'm determined to get to the bottom of these vampire rumors. How do you plan to do that? I have my ways. Meet me in the third floor corridor if you want to find out how I plan to get up to Hogsmeade. Alright, consider me curious. How do you plan to get to Hogsmeade? Just say that you're not the only one privy to Hogwarts' secrets. Fine. I was studying in the library one day and noticed a riddle scrawled in the corner of an old spellbook. Long story short, I deciphered it and discovered a secret passage to Hogsmeade. Where is it? Since you are so smart and impatient, why don't you figure out the riddle? You know, it would be much easier if you just told me. If you can't figure out a simple riddle, then you'll be useless. I'll solve this riddle and find out what the secret passage is. The riddle mentions a healer in the dragon pox, and the passage is hidden by something made of stone. Now tell me where the secret passage is. Obviously the one-eyed witch statue. It's Gunhilda the Ghost Mole, who created a cure for dragonpox. I'm not one to reveal all my secrets. Blimey. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go get to the bottom of this vampire mystery. Looks like we have crawled out of the Honeyduke's cellar. I've been here before, although I feel like there's usually more people. Well, at least it means less people saw us come out of the cellar. What do you think of the secret passage? It was brilliant. Mula is only a handy way to get to Hogsmeade undetected. You are welcome for telling... What? Why don't we talk to the owner and see what we can find out about the vampire rumors? They sell blood flavored lollipops here, right? So I'm sure Mr. Flume knows a few vampires. I'd rather go to the Three Broomsticks than ask Madame Rosmota. We split up. We should stay together in case you forgot. There might be a vampire running amok. I'll be back at Hogwarts in time for dinner, though I may skip potions class. Do you have a moment to talk? Have you heard anything about a vampire? Best not to say the V word out so loud. Is there something going on? Tell me what. Did you say that a fog recently rolled into town, and with it the increased sale of blood-flavored lollipops? Who's been buying these lollipops? But I can't cast unwarranted suspicion on some of my more important clients. That something strange is happening in Hogsmeade. People have been disappearing into the fog only to show up later with no memory of their disappearance. It's certainly no laughing matter. There have also been pesky bats everywhere. They have started hanging in the eaves and scaring all the customers. Bats, what in the world is bats doing here? Fuck. I'm not quite sure, but I urge you to be careful. There's more going on than meets the eye. It seems I ought to see the mysterious fog and investigate for myself. Bilton Blimes, you need to leave Hogsmeade immediately right now, right away, flee. Slow down and tell me what's going on. The Count, is that the name of the vampire who's terrorizing Hogsmeade? And what's this about brainwashing and another thing? And what kinds of things is he taking from people? When I said that I was leaving town, I don't have time for all of these questions. I only have time to answer one. Pick one. What kinds of things has he taken? He takes money, jewels, pets, you name it, he'll take it. Most of all, he's taken our safety and whipped it to shreds. Everyone in town is terrified to go outside. The Count is going to take everything from Hogsmeade and drain us dry. Things just seem to get stranger and stranger. Do not interfere, you don't know what you are dealing with. What was that? I thought I heard something. Never mind, I must be hearing things. Need to get back to Hogwarts. Potion class will start soon. Oh, is Mueller disappeared? This is Mueller's scrapbook on vampires, but what's it doing here? She seemed to value this a great deal. I'll give it back to her in potions. She said she may skip it, but hopefully she'll be there so I can return it. It looks like Mila hasn't returned from Hogsmeade yet. She did say she might skip it. I knew we shouldn't have split up, and I even told her that. Now I'll have to cover for her if I want to, that is. Where's Miss Nine? Scofungulus? She has Scofungulus, so I'm sure you won't mind taking enough notes for two. I'll be verifying this alleged case of Scofungulus with Madame Pomfrey. I will deal with Miss Nine later. They will be reviewing vampire safety procedures for reasons I will not divulge. I'll be taking no questions, especially not from students with the last name Leo Dane. What did I do? Hey, let us begin. Above all else, do not take unnecessary risks. While there's too much superstition surrounding them, the fact remains that vampires can be great dangers. Facing off against one isn't worth risking your neck. Now then, how does the ministry classify vampires? As beings, correct. Congratulations on paying the bare minimum amount of attention. The faculty must be concerned about vampires if even Professor Snape felt it was wise to lecture us. She said she'd be back by dinner, so it's not time to start worrying. Well, in the meantime, I remember Mr. Flew mentioning bats also showed up with vampires. I should go to Hagrid and see what he knows. Hey Hagrid, is that a vampire bat? That's right, I found it injured in the Forbidden Forest, so I'm nursing it back to health. It's odd though, vampire bats are usually hibernating this time of year, but I've seen them left, right, and center. Why don't I help you care for this bat? I've got some things I want to ask you after. The vampire bat certainly seems to be feeling better now. I believe you said you wanted to ask me something. I was wondering about your experience with the vampires. Professor Snape was just teaching us vampire safety. To my times, it's not that uncommon to see one in Nocturne Alley. They are just a lot like werewolves. Some werewolves are dangerous, but some are good. People like you and me that happen yet to have a condition. I don't think it's fair to judge someone just by being a certain way. Drinks blood, does that make it evil? No, because it doesn't. Of course it doesn't. The vampire bats can't help it, has to rely on blood. That doesn't really change public perception, though, does it? Folks' opinions on vampires and other dark beings vary significantly around the world. Lots of people think that ministry should be doing something not so nice about vampires. On the other hand, there are some people who encourage a more accepting approach. Vampires are just another being we have to share the world with. Yeah, be careful now. Thank you. Mila ought to be back by now. I'll meet her for dinner and find out what she's discovered. Has anyone seen Mueller? She said she'd be back from Hogsmeade by dinner. That's just exactly why you and I need to have a little chat. What if Mueller got lost on her way home? I always get turned around. I haven't seen Mueller since we split up in Henley Dukes. I said was a bad idea, but Mueller never listens to me. What if something bad happened to her? I'm also worried based on what I learned in Hogsmeade. Serious trouble is even worse than normal trouble. Then let's put our heads together and come up with a plan. I think we're in an agreement that the three of us need to work quietly to get Mila back. If the professors know she's gone, she may get detention with Flinch, which means you would also get in trouble. Then we have to go now. Seems a bit rude to point out she's only got one eye. Is there anything else we need to know? Though was one thing I heard a strange whisper when I was in the fog. The voice in your head doesn't count, Barnaby, and then keep your strange whisper to yourself. It makes you sound like a loony. I was just answering Barnaby's question. Don't care whatever that whisper is. Can't be good. So I don't want to hear about it. Let's get to the third floor corridor. Let me guess, Mila didn't tell you the secret password? Afraid not. How about password? It was worth a shot? Well, at least we know it's not that. Anyone with two brain cells to rub together could have told you that. We do. I found it in the fog. I was hoping to give it back to her at dinner. Hopefully Mila left some notes in here. Just our luck. Barnaby, read this book and look for the clues as Milner and I are going to distract Flinch. I'd love to know what kind of things you and Mrs. Norris have been up to. What's the bumbling friend of yours doing back there? He's studying for class, as you have likely gathered. Barnaby is not the brightest flopper in the flock. He's trying his best. He's using this thing called mnemonics to help him his memory. Memorize different spells. That's right, Butterbeer clearly refers to Babylus. I'll need to see this for myself. I saw a vampire in the courtyard. Why didn't you say that earlier? Follow me and I'll show you exactly where. If you don't find Mila, I'll hex you. Please tell me you found the password. Pretty sure it's one of these three words here. Choose one carefully. Decennium. Hey. Now we know the password for the one-eye rich password. We owe Mila so much pumpkin fizz for giving us a chance to open the passage. I just hope Mila is doing alright. Don't worry, we'll find her. In fact, let's go now. Never seen Honeyduke so empty before. Mr. Flume must have been closed up early. I can't help but wonder if the strange happenings in Hogsmeade got to him too. For now, let's focus on finding Mila. I warn you not to interfere. What? Did you hear? And now Barnaby's gone? Why did you leave me behind? We split up? What's going on here? I need to get through that fog and find Barnaby. That's enough of not listening to some silly illusions that don't know what they're talking about. I'm stronger than this. I just have to orient myself to find a way out. Don't give up easily, do you? What keeps you going? Loyalty keeps me going. I said I would help find Mila, and I intend to do so. That even the most loyal can be led astray. I don't know who you are, but I'm guessing you're the Count. I'm not going to give up. I'll do whatever it takes to find my friends. Let's see if you have what it takes to face a true vampire. Are you real? What do you mean? any of us real? Calm down, Barnaby. Clearly you're real and I'm real. I'm not sure what just happened, but it was too spooky in there. Let's hurry up to the three boomsticks. What's going on? The three boomsticks is never this empty. I wish I knew. 1 minute I was in the back opening a new barrel, and the next the whole place was nearly emptied out. Have you seen Mula? She came in a few hours ago. I'll tell you what I told her. Do you know how dangerous it is to sneak out when you were specifically warned not to? I know it was dangerous, but I have to find Mula. I also know that I'm directly disobeying Dumbledore, but I have to do this. The two of you have already made up your mind. I won't stop you, but please be careful. I will look around to chat to the patrons to see if we can uncover the whereabouts. It seems that Madame Osmoto was in the back. The Count came in, he took people's things, and he entranced them somehow and got them to follow him outside. I just remember something that Mila told me. She said something about the Forbidden Forest before she left. That's right, she left shortly before I went into the back. That means Mila left before the Count arrived, so he didn't take her. That sounds right. And now we have an idea of where to find Mila. Be careful, I don't trust this fog, and you shouldn't either. We'll keep that in mind. Thanks for your help. Now let's go find Mila in the Forbidden Forest. Stop right there, don't go any further. Seems to be the issue. We are here to stop you from interfering with the Count's plans. I've got a bad feeling about this. What do we do? It's like they're under some sort of spell. Wait a moment, a spell. That's it. Do you think they're under a spell? If they are under the effects of a curse, what spell will break it? Finite incantatum should do the trick. Finite incantatum. We're in the world. You are back to normal. Sorry, I apologize for that, children. It seems I was swayed by that dastardly vampire. It looks like we found a solution to the spellbound villagers, but it will take some time to help them all. And I will help everyone here and make sure they get home safely. But if you really want to put a stop to this, then you'll need to follow a spellbound villager. Saw them going into the Forbidden Forest earlier. Go on, Mr. Flume and I can handle this. Be careful, the Count is very alone and dangerous. You stay quiet, you'll give us away if you keep squawking. What are you doing here? I've been looking all over for you. And into the evening, I'm proper knackered, to be honest. What, are you worried about me? Very worried we all were when you didn't show up for dinner. It's nice to hear that my presence was missed. The Count, I've been waiting all blast day for him to show up. Let's spy on the gathering. Now that I've gotten a closer look at him, that's definitely Todd Crib. We have run into each other in the past. I didn't need to know his name to know he's a fake. This was a waste of an afternoon and evening. He's a petty criminal with a penchant for theatrics. That said, he does still have the townsfolk under his control. Take down that phony vampire and win the admiration of Hogsmeade. We still have to be careful. If he was clever enough to charm all these people, then he's dangerous. Todd Cribb, it's time to call it a night and leave these villagers alone. You, not again. Yes, again, and I'm going to put a stop to you again. You'll never stop me, I'll just use the Confundus charm. Finita Incatatam. We're on to your tricks that won't work on us. One in a way. Don't let him escape. I've got you now, because I believe that you have fallen just into my trap. You'll face me, Todd Cribb, all on your own. Except this time I'm not getting bested by some nosy kid. Now that I can shed this vampiric visage, you'll now know my true power, though. You have to admit my performance was quite convincing. No, it wasn't, and I'd give it a review of 0 stars. Terrible acting and terrible actor. You wouldn't know it if it zapped you in your face. I may not be a true vampire, but I'm a full-fledged wizard, and you are just a student. I may be a student, but I'll take you down. Oh, shit. It's time to admit defeat. Stay away. I was just trying to make a bit of coin. What are you looking at? Petrificus. Oh, fuck. Petrificus totalis. I was close, but I did it to cut the vampire of Hogsmeade. I ought to get him to the proper authorities and then back to Hogwarts. I've just learned some interesting news. I know there was a concern about my announcement to stay out of Hogsmeade. How quickly rumors can spread. You may have heard of a vampire in Hogsmeade. I want to reassure you that said vampire had been revealed to be a hoax. Tell me, what do you make of this development? I think it's satisfying. A criminal has been caught and Hogsmeade has been saved. What more could someone ask for? Ask for honesty? About the person who apprehended the vampire. Townsfolk have already told me everything. They have even asked that you not get in trouble for your helpful efforts, even though you broke a school rule. Grave dangers can look behind the walls of Hogwarts. Good. I'm still putting together the details of Mr. Cribb's ruse. I was hoping you could assist me. And with the help of fog, vampire bats, and the Confundus charm, Cribb became a vampire. His compelling illusions swayed the Hogsmeade villagers into handing over their coin and valuables. What do you think of Mr. Cribb's fox vampire scheme? It was elaborate. He thought of almost everything. The only thing he forgot to take account were some nosy kids. Couldn't be employed towards more productive ends. He let his greed consume him and became a petty criminal. What happened to the Hogsmeade villagers' possessions? They are being recovered as we speak. They are still deciding what to do with him. I'm sure Mr. Cribb will be properly dealt with, and the vampire bats. With the false vampire caught, there's no more reason to worry. the Halloween feast. Thank you, Professor. I can't wait to see my friends and celebrate Halloween. You brought back Mule, thanks. Hold on just a moment, I brought myself back. You said you'd text me if I didn't find her. You're welcome. We are not ignoring you. Come on, let's celebrate Halloween. I have apprehended Todd Crib, but I couldn't have done it without everyone's help. Thank you for your help. You seem disappointed. I wanted to meet a fearsome vampire, not a fake. Aren't you disappointed? Of course I am, but didn't get to meet a real vampire. Nothing I can do about it now, though. We solved the mystery, though it is the matter of the mysterious whisper I was hearing. Has been hearing some sort of weird whisper. Not sure how Todd Crib could have pulled that off. I'm not sure the confounding this charm explains the whisper in my ear at the strange illusions I saw. Can't come to the lake show, it's time to meet, and I feel free to bring your friends. There it is again, that means the whisper definitely isn't Todd Crib. There's one last mystery to uncover. There's nothing here but the whisper I said, turn around. Hello and congratulations once more. Seems you do have what it takes to face a true vampire. You're a real vampire. Please feel free to ask any questions. So you were drawn to Hogsmeade because of Todd Crib? At that time I thought he was a vampire like me. I quickly learned he was just pretending. Plans for him, but when I overheard you asking questions in Honeydukes, I tried to stop you so that you wouldn't get in my way. I even tried to test your resolve with my legitimacy powers. That means the illusions you in the fog were you're doing. That's when I decided to support you. You did well to capture Todd Crib. And if not for you, his fate would have been a lot messier. To relief, then, I'm not sure I would have wanted to be inadvertently responsible for a messy you didn't. It's not the sense I would have used. This is definitely going in my vampire scrapbook. And Esmeralda have an entire scrapbook dedicated to vampires. You know, it's hard enough to being one of my kind without fakes like Crib ruining our images. You have a scrapbook to commemorate my kind. Makes me feel oddly normal. You're welcome, ma'am. I appreciate both of your efforts. Perhaps we'll see each other again sometimes. What do you mean have us for dinner? She's gonna suck your blood. I will guess we'll never know.